Hello everybody, it's me again, Elder King Bear, back at again on some Gears of War 3, but today we are looking at the collectibles, because now I went through, I had to go through on a YouTube video and find them, and what's crazy is that some of these they were, like, if you didn't look at certain spots, then yeah, you would never have found them, but I had to go back and see, I think I was only at I mean, I know I was missing. Let's see. I was missing the cog tag for this one. I was missing uh, the child's diary. I was missing these two, definitely. Oh, yeah, I was missing cog tag too. So it was two, three, four, five that I was missing. And then for Act 2, I think I was only missing uh, this one and the tomatoes and the captain's log. Everything else I found. So I was only missing three things on this one. For Act 3, I was missing these two. Uh, Everything else I found and all that. Uh, this one, I was missing the old magazine. I was missing the contractor's report. I had the fuel order. I was missing the tabloid. Everything else I already had, like the cog tag and all that. So, yeah. I was missing tabloid, contractor report, and old magazine. That's what I was missing. Oh no, and I was missing this one, the journal. So journal, old magazine, tabloid, and contractor report was I was missing. And then for this one, I was missing the no, I got the pamphlet. I was missing the soap plans. I was missing the schematics. I was missing the cog tag. I had the money. Already had the diary, the memorial announcement. I had the Phoenix research in this one. I think I was missing Shattered Paradise. Yeah, I was definitely missing the assault plans, schematics, announcement, the brochure. Oh, and I was also missing this cog tag. I think this one and this one I found on my own for sure. But okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go from Act One. I'm gonna look at those collectibles. I'm gonna so the cog tags. This is all. This is all it does. You just look at them. There's nothing. I mean, there's 15 of them. You get an achievement for finding all 15 of them. It's called Remember the Fallen and all that. And then for finding all 42 collectibles, it is Hoarder, and that's a pretty cool one. Ready for more. You're dead now. Stay dead. Killed Mira. Oh, where's the not that one. Oh, right here. Pack Rat. That's a pretty cool one. And then there's Collector. So you get this one, and then you get the Pack Rat right there, and then you get the Hoarder. Which is pretty cool. Oh, didn't mean to back up. So okay. So $20 bill, Marcus. Here's that $20 I owe you a few years overdue, but better late than never. Dom. Yo, that's a pretty cool looking $20 bill though. What is this one? Dom Psyche report. Private Santiago appears to be coming to terms with his wife's death, but I still have concerns about his mental state. I am an emergency physician, and in the absence of psychiatrist, I can offer only general observation. He has been depressed, a normal reaction, but he has also had episodes of uncharacteristic anger and admits to experiencing flashbacks and hypervigilance. Almost everyone in this community has lost family and shares similar levels of traumatic stress, so he is surrounded by comrades who both understand and sympathize. However, very few have to take their loved one's life under such harrowing circumstances. Santiago warrants continued observation. Huh. Requisition form. These forms are worthless. Jack is pretty beat up, but it's not like we can point some rookie to the corner hardware store with a list and expect to get the parts we need to fix him. Do me a favor and keep your eyes out for the following junk. One plasma torch assembly, any basic or busted cutter redo, CL8 330 load cells. These can be pulled from a silverback without any harm. Not like we use them for loading cargo anymore. And then 110 1A wireless transmission board for Jack's uplink. This is going to be a bitch to track down, but I might be able to hack something together with the NN 2371R from Scrapped Deal. You guys remember when we actually had the crap we needed to do our jobs and working toilets, man? Those were the days. Baird. Huh. Silverback manual. Once you suit it up, take a moment to adjust to hydraulic ambulation. Hydraulic ambulation? It's a little different than you might expect. Joint stabilizers will keep your aim steady. All you got to do is get the enemy in your sight and let the triple barrel chain gun do the rest. Point, shoot, and ruin a grub's day. Hell yes. Making use of the Silverback's deployable cover systems can mean the difference between life and death for your squad mates. Once engaged, the rig settles into a lower stance and raises rear plate shields to provide cover for your crew while you take care of business with rockets. Damn, I love rockets. And there goes someone shooting off fireworks. This is probably not a good idea to read this while 4th of July is going on, but it'd be okay. The Silverback's blast shielding has been further reinforced to soak up more fire. It can take a lot of heat, but like the civilian model, when the alarm starts blaring, it's time to get the hell out. Watch your back. Oh, and have fun. Corporal Catherine Farrell, COG Engineer Corps. Huh. That's pretty cool. Hanover's never been really what you call secure. Not by any stretch, but since these Lambert freaks started dropping in, everything we know about keeping ourselves safe out here has gone out the damn window. The little crawly sons of bitches, they go down quick, but there's so many of them that we're burning through ammo like toilet paper at a chili festival. You put a round or two in them and they just tear into a dead sprint straight at you. They don't flinch, they don't take cover. Once they get within range, you're either going to get torn to shreds or blown to bits right along with them. The locusts were bad, but these things, how do you defend yourself against something that don't care if it takes its lives, or take something that don't care if it lives or dies? Fucking Christ, dude, I can't talk. From Kevin Mahoney's personal journal. Child's diary, dear Dr. Kragen. Okay. I'm writing in this diary because you told me that the best way to get rid of nightmares is to write them down so you can see them like a story or show on TV. I asked Mom to buy me a diary, and now I'm going to write down what happens in my nightmares for you. In my nightmares, I'm running away from something I can't see. When I look at them, the monster's chasing me. I see blurs, but I know that they're monsters, and because they are all blurry, nobody believes me that they are monsters, and they're chasing me for a really long time, usually until I wake up. Sometimes I wake up before I'm supposed to get up to go to school. I can't go back to sleep because the nightmares, and other night we had an earthquake and it woke me up from a nightmare. My mom and dad came in to ask if I was okay. I told them that the earthquake saved me from the monsters and that they thought that was funny. And we talked about my nightmares before Mom made me cocoa, and I went back to sleep. Oh, is she talking about like the that looks like a corpser, doesn't it? That's got to be a corpser. So this little girl seen a corpser emerged or something. Oh, oops, my bad. Pasta, milk, eggs with wine, 2 bottles. Butcher shop at 1 p.m. Prep kit for these crazy ass earthquakes. Bottled water, canned goods, portable radio, batteries, first aid pack. Holy crap! Theater ticket pickup. Emergency surprise supplies, batteries, bottled water, canned beans, canned wheat, freeze, dried vegetables, iodine tablets, bleach powder, cancel date night. Should probably keep the kids at home. Clipping Times Tribune. See it. I don't know this one, but if you actually read it, it says something different. That's crazy. Like, ah, Cole hangs up the jersey, endless and cog on me. Hanover Cougars starting Alpha Augustus Coltrane. Cole has enlisted in the cog on me. The Thrashball star announced yesterday the Grayson Cup champion announcement came 5 minutes before kickoff at the first Cougars game since the Locust incursion began 6 days ago. I just enlisted. I'm a gear now. Cole told fans and press at the Cougars Stadium. I came to say goodbye. Through a few, though few expected Cole's return so soon after suffering the loss of his family in the attack, fans were uh, nonetheless stunned by. Dude, that was. I was like, man, they got that all fucking jumbled. Nonetheless, stunned by the announcement, Cole explained that he was leaving to do his part in the mounting war effort and encouraged attendees to follow suit and enlist in Cog Army. The Coltrane's gotta go kick some grub ass, but I'll be back when the job's done. Cole added, are you gonna enlist? You gonna help me put them back down in the hole they came from? Local local recruitment officials reported a 390% jump in voluntary enlistment following the event in his 5 year career in professional thrashball. Cole has shattered dozens of long-standing records, including most injuries inflicted in single play. Damn. Hmm. That's pretty cool. Cougar season program unstoppable. Get ready for the most explosive Cougars postseason yet. Two-time MVP Augustus Coltrane Cole leads the charge towards yet another Grayson Cup victory. Unbreakable. Hold on. Okay. Cole is joined by the breakout starting guardian Mitch uh, Hyde in the powerhouse attacking combo of Ryan Big Bastard Pole and Anton Little Bastard Chambers, two from the deadliest starting roster Hanover ever seen. Oh my god. What are those names? Unbelievable. Tickets are going fast, so don't miss out. Secure your seats on the front line and be there to watch the Cougars write another page of thrashball history. Hanover Cougars 83. Cole for MVP. That's crazy. Cougar Player Handbook. All players associated in the Hanover Cougars are required to abide by the following rules governing physical contact and regulations. Backing. Players cannot touch the back of an opponent in possession of the ball. Of a ball. What? of a ball in play. Oh, okay. Backing? What? Players cannot touch the back of an opponent in possession of a ball in play. Holding. Players cannot hold, grab, or otherwise restrain other players regardless of position or circumstances. What? Kruger management recognizes injury as the acceptable evident in I can't say that, in professional thrashball matches and advises but does not require players to avoid engaging in the following actions or potentially criminal acts: purposely missing riffing, a dive catch with arms outstretched to punch an opponent's face or mouth or groin, trampling over or stomping an opponent off his feet while finding, what the fuck is that? Fraining? Distraction? Checking opponents over boundaries into Spectre stands? I don't fucking. Okay, well, there goes the rules. The rules, I don't know. This one's pretty cool. It's Cole's Championship ring. Augustus Cole, Hanover Cougars, Grayson Cup, champions. It's just, we don't get to see the actual ring, but I mean, it's up in this box, so that's pretty cool. Bayonet. The Mark I Lancer was the standard infantry assault weapon for the COG forces during the later decade of the Pendulum Wars, undergoing very few modifications because of its reliability and its tolerance of wide-range climatic conditions. Its broad bayonet frame for the intimidating effect on UIR forces was replaced by integral chainsaw in the Mark II Lancer after operational experience against the Locust. While the blade type bayonet was effective against human enemies, it had difficulty penetrating the thick hide of Locust and prone to snapping. The chainsaw modification, designed by Adam Phoenix a year after emergence, was inspired by Private Ty Calisto 26 RTI successfully using a chainsaw to kill a Locust drone. While the Mark II Lancer resembles the Mark I, externally, an almost complete redesign was necessary to accommodate the cutting chain and drive mechanism. Damn. Toll booth tokens until further notice by the order of COG Civil Defense. Civilian passage across Continental Bridge is restricted to the daylight hours of 1600 on the lower deck only. Do not slow, stop, or delay traffic for any reason unless ordered by a stationed military personnel. Do not park or leave your vehicle for any reason unless ordered by stationed military personnel. Suspicious activity or failure to comply with official instructions will be considered hostile act and will be dealt with swiftly and severely. What the fuck? So those are tokens for the toll, okay. Sightseeing book. No journal through Hanover is complete without a trek across Continental Bridge, the longest suspension bridge in Sierra, and one of Hanover's most iconic, breathtaking landmarks. A masterwork of structural engineering, the bridge's most recognizable feature, 4 grand support pillar bearing the COG seal above, sculpted facades, and is also the foundation of its incredible load capacity. Triple wound cabling supports the bridge to 8-lane decks. Wait, two 8 lanes? What? That's fucking crazy. 2 8-lanes. That's, oh my god. 2 8-lane decks, which have never budged despite season of high winds dozens of earthquakes in decades since the bridge was built. But while cruise by at high rate speeds, when you see the bridge at your own pace, plan your trip around Hanover's bustling annual festival, Bloom 24th through 26th, when the upper deck is closed to vehicles and pedestrians are free to walk the entire length of the bridge. What? That is crazy. Then we got the cog tag. Okay. Act 2. Uh, Tomatoes beginner guides from the seed to salad. The tomato challenge is challenging for even the most experienced. I'm not even gonna horticulture. Nah, I'm not. But the awards are sweet indeed. Throughout history, numerous varieties of tomatoes have been cultivated for a broad range of applications with the right equipment. Tomatoes can even be used to brew a potent liquor. What? They can make a liquor from tomatoes on here? That's funny. Through its various from plant to plant under optimal conditions, you can expect your tomatoes to be ready for harvest in the early days of bounty. Increase the likelihood of a rich yield by covering your younger plants overnight to protect them from frost and water regularly during dry periods. If the season crops come up short, don't despair. Every year is a step closer to that perfect garden, uh, awash in vibrant reds and brilliant orange, and the delicious rewards that follow. Just be prepared for intense personal investment. It takes a lot of care and attention to shepherd a crop through the season. Huh. I think this is pretty cool. The Octus Medal. But it's a Octus Medal diploma. The Coalition of Ordered Governments, the Octus Medal, is hereby awarded to Professor Adam Phoenix. Oh, in recognition of his outstanding contribution to ending global conflict and securing peace of all Sierra. Thomas Daliel, the Right Honorable Thomas Daliel, Chairman of Coalition, 5th day of Bloom 92. Which I think what's cool is that there's it's like a mini collector thing of Gears of War 3. I really want it. I really want the actual like Octus medal and all that you can get, but also like the case. It's not a steelbook case. It's a plastic case, but yet it looks like the thing that Chairman Prescott gives you for like the that it looks like a floppy disk thing for like your dad. It's part of the game pretty much. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, oh well, who's this disc? It's got your dad on it. It's a message from your dad pretty much, but it's a case of like and all that. But captain's log. The gears and embarked civilians have adapted to the necessary routine of life on a broad carrier better than I thought. Everyone is busy, and that's the key to a happy ship. Efficiency and purpose. The growing population of chickens and livestock makes the hangar deck somewhat fragrant, but it's the old wooden navy could endure keeping animals at sea, then so shall we in our age of steel. Dispersing the survivors and smaller communities made sense in the practical terms, but I still feel uneasy about it. I shouldn't. These people ashore are in competent hands. Communication with the uh, what is that? Gurwazni and the coastal settlements are still reliable, but I know I lose radio contact with Victor when the satellite finally fails. I fear I shall miss the old burger when Anvil Gate Link goes down the last time. The coalition is officially dead, but somehow service identities are strong as ever, such in the bond of brothers and sisters in arms. Uh, and and against all expectations, Major Reed is proven not to be the waste of oxygen most gears believe him to be. I must tell Victor that when I can. Private Journal of Captain Quentin Michelson. Ah, damn. So he's that Onyx guard that died. This was his log. Damn. Locust Hammer buried here. There's no COG High Command barking at me for fresh intel, but I figured I'd keep up the research anyway. It's kind of turned into a hobby. Some people knit, but I like staring at creepy locust runes and finger necklaces. He's talking about from the second game. So, okay. Uh, Anyhow, we stumbled across this hammer in the fresh trenches the grubs have been digging up. It looked like a little too ornate to be just another common tool, probably made out of some expensive polyalloy. If I'm reading this right, this is a ceremonial object, the fine china of locust weaponry. You might say only to be used for very, very special occasions. But here it is reduced to just another tool in the woodshed to get dirty jobs done. Essentially the locust equivalent of some gear wiping his ass with the Octus cannon. Oh my god. Oh, that's pretty cool looking, but Queen symbol buried here found some new evidence pretty much proving that the beach bum looking locusts were running into here aren't part of some extended family. Nope. These are the same grubs we flushed out the hollow way back when. The chain was found has the Queen Seal logo thing. Whatever, I saw the same symbol on the corpses of Mirror's personal guards. This ain't your everyday grub cannon fodder. They definitely not native to this area. Gotta give them credit, though. Scavenging, adapting, rebuilding, no matter how wetched the conditions, hacking together something crappy excuse for a life they can manage. Sound familiar? Huh. Manifest. Yep, your old pal Baird, back with another rip-roaring adventure in the Locust social studies. If I learned anything living on that rusting crap heap carrier, it's that nothing screams we house hosed like a god damn, dude. All the fucking words all jumbled together and it's making me fucking I'm trying to like we hose like sudden interest in strict resource management. The less you got, the more precious whatever left. Here, just it's this thing. It's pretty much fucking manifest. I'm not reading that all that. God damn, dude. It's all fucking jumbled together. Like, I mean, holy shit. I can't fucking make it all out. It just. It's pretty much. It's the locust equivalent of like a human's grocery list. Pretty much. Man, this gotta be twice as satisfying to blow up their crap knowing all that. Who says research can't be fun? According to the manifest, the grubs are adhering to some pretty rigid rationing protocol. They are tracking each shipment of cargo with a level of scrutiny that make Michelson's head spin. And that's saying something. Best of all, any grubs caught taking more than their fair share. Yeah, so this is... Yeah, I'm moving on, because that was... Goddamn. To the immortal memory of the gears and civilians held the Evagod garrison during the siege of 32 BE and the war against the Union of Independent Republics. Prince Orzel's artillery, 2nd BN Royal Ephira Engineers, 26th Royal Tyrant Infantry, Pasagia Brigade of Rifles. I will forsake the life I had before so that I may perform my duties as long as I am needed. Enville, never forgotten. Watercolor painting Fifth Dawn at Avant-Garde. Captain R.F. Sander A.M. Water, watercolor on cardstock. Sam Farther's Medals. 26 RTI HQ. Pomeroy Barracks, South Ephyra. Sergeant Samuel K. Brine. Connaught Platoon. Dear Miss Brine, it is with the greatest regret that I have to inform you of your death of your husband during the defense of Anvil Gate garrison at Avangard, Kashgar. Sergeant Bryan conducted himself with colored courage and the highest tradition of the regiment, and his actions enabled coalition forces to hold the garrison, thereby preventing the UIR from invading Kashgar. I hope it will comfort you at this difficult time to know that your husband is to be awarded the Sovereign's Medal for gallantly. Yours respectfully, R.J. Lee Mar- Marta, Lieutenant Colonel. Damn. Here's a journal of something. Let's see. The Grubs are around again. It's like they got the schedule to keep the show. They still in business. Last night we finished off a few that were dumb enough to try getting near the walls. Dizzy came back with a supply convoy today and said he's seen a couple of blood mounts heading south, which didn't bother anyone over much. But he also said they spotted Lambert stalks about 70 clicks from Mercy. Those things are creepy further inland all the time. I can see why no army ever managed to capture the fort. The grubs can't even dig their way in once you shut the gates. You get that feeling that you can hold off anything. The colonel's running the place like it's still a garrison, but that's kind of comforting. I mean, we're still at war. It's a full-time job keeping everyone fed, disciplined, a good thing. Oh, and he drew like a Lambert thing. That's crazy. Panic note: stay out. Not safe for humans. Any actual people, not unpeople, coming to Mercy should stay away because there is something really weird going on, like some kind of crazy fever or some other crap. And I'm likely to shoot you if I can't tell you apart from the sick ass freaks. They're not going to stop unless I stop them. It's time to acknowledge that we dealing with and determine a course of action whether this sickness is the most certainly real, spreading rapidly at this rate. We'll be looking at a full scale epidemic in the matter of weeks. I like to discuss our options for quarantine, quarantine, quarantining the sick and disposing of the dead. The vital that we isolate all infected citizens for everyone's safety, including their own. Once the work is settled and the epidemic is contained, we may also consider conducting a town meeting to uh, surge the. I feel like that's wrong. Like a surge the public. I feel like that's supposed to say something else, but I might be tripping. The public's concerns. My first suggestions would be the town square, but please feel free to propose any alternatives you may have in mind. Huh. Air raid shelter sign. Air raid shelter Mercy A37 maximum persons 250 The following precautions are for your safety and well-being. Do not leave the shelter until you hear the all clear sirens. Do not leave litter, especially food. It encourages flies and vermin. Keep the ventilations open for fresh air unless a chemical alert is in progress. Keep all bedding within the bay lines to allow uh, unimpeded access. Remove all bedding from the shelter for airing. Do not smoke. To keep noise to a minimum. Consider your neighbors by the order of Secretary for Civil Defense. Huh. Okay. Ashes journal going on 6 hours with no sign of the crew that got sent off today. Fuel one, no cable car, neither. I got a funny feeling that the boss is gonna want to get rolling on a search and rescue op for the fuel. I mean, because who gives a crap about the guys getting mauled to death by the lamb? Am I right? Oh my god, dude. But that's how guys like Griffin tick. He used to being in charge. I cringe every time the dude calls us employees like we're still drawing a wage and health benefits. He acts like he cares, but tell that to all the guys we lost carrying out his orders. The others are looking at me like I'm the Walking Dead. I guess I get the sense that I'm next in line. I wonder if the cog is still conscripting. Can't imagine it being more hazardous to my health than working for Griffin. Emotion. Damn. This guy was thinking about old magazine last week explosion at the Lopus Energy operated refinery outside Denava drew harsh criticism from Griffin Emotion Corporation CEO Aaron Griffin. Amateurs Griffin says, I catch hell for being a tough boss, but you know how many men and women had killed on this job? None. And that's because I ain't trying to be anybody's friend. You either get it done right or you find yourself another job. This is a competitive industry, dangerous. A lot of bad happens to good people on the job. Uh, Lives and limbs are on the line. Every CEO should work a decade on a fuel rig. Get familiar with the worst of it like I did. That's right. That's right there is the only business education you ever need. If they are not afraid of you, you're doing it wrong. On the other side of the coin, you you know they gotta like you just enough to stick around. My employees ain't my friends, they're my family. Tough love. Huh. Hey Hondo, Griffin here. I need another batch like 5 minutes ago. Cook up 13 gallons and I send a runner after it tomorrow night. Remember to keep the blend above 26. You send me any more of whatever weak mix we got last time, and I be up in your ass. I need to keep these sleds moving. Griff. Cowboy. Government source. Missing scientists may have defected. Coalition's officials suspected that a recent vanished scientist had made defected to the Union of Independent Republics. A government source has revealed to dispute. Speaking of the condition of, uh, damn, I'm not gonna fucking try to pronounce that shit. I'm like, well, move on. The source further disclosed that the investigations have found no leads in the search of Dr. Gabriel Onar, 31, reported missing 8 days ago. The researcher is the third Taiwan scientist to vanish under the mysterious circumstances in 2 years. Wait, in 2 years? Oh, they were at the one place. Our source could not confirm whether the COG has any evidence of UIR subversion, but said that officials have good reason to investigate further. Officially, we have no comment, but we're not blind. If Honor is a traitor, I don't see why he should have wasted another minute looking for her. For her, same goes for all the for same goes for the others. Fuck, man. God damn it. Why is this shit so hard to fucking read? Like, I'm about to not fucking read this shit no more. I mean, god damn it. Uh, Notice to all employees the frequency of locust incursions into the Endeavor area requires me to bring forward closure of the shipyard by 2 months. This means that your decommissioning and removal schedules have been accelerated in the event that we fail to meet these objectives by the time Call Command gives 52-hour notice of evacuation. The following emergency measures will take place. All non-removable IT systems are to be disabled by physical destruction of servers and drivers. Any remaining vessels in seaworthy conditions are to be disabled either by destruction of a propulsion system or by scuttling. All fuel remaining in storage is to be drawn and burned off or dumped into Basin A6. All declassified engineering documentation is to be destroyed by a controlled burning. Every item that you leave intact is a windfall for the enemy. It's essential that we leave behind nothing that can be used against our own forces. Well, so much for that. Contractor report, schedule activity number 69332A, work location D Flotilla Submarine Facility, North Rail Jetty. Description, inspection of damaged main turbine. Uh, Inspection conducted, safety action taken, falling blade breakage after die penetration testing revealed no flaws. Ultrasound test shows extensive microfractures in the shaft and blades. Remarks: dye penetration as testing is not adequate to detect the extent of metal fatigue in the type of turbine. If ultrasound has been used earlier, the damage could have been detected before the microfractures have became widespread. The entire unit is beyond repair and now needs to be replaced. Ah. Damn. Okay. Now we're on Act 5. So, the pamphlet. Welcome to Azura. It's a haven of security, stability, and comfort for human. I can't fucking. Humanity. Like, goddamn. Like, I can't fucking speak. I don't know what I was gonna say there, but, humanity's most precious resource. You, like all of Azura citizens, you have been selected for your outstanding contributions to society. Undoubtedly, you have many questions. What is Azura? This island's isolated and hidden from the troubles of the mainland. Well, yeah, so much for that. It was developed to protect and allow society's greatest minds to continue their work free from fear or peril. When the war is over, the combined efforts of this community of Azura will be shining beacon by which we shall lead humanity out of the darkness. You will be the architects of the grand reconstruction. We understand how difficult it has been to leave behind everything and everyone you knew, and you will often feel disoriented and question your purpose here. This is not a prison, but a haven to reduce your anxiety. We have worked to make your stay here as pleasant and stress-free as possible. You have access to state of the art recreational facilities, and the complete culture archives of humanity. In our 6 libraries, you will enjoy the very highest standards of cuisine and cuisine. Cuisine. See your orientation materials for more information. We highly recommend the Welcome to Resort Day Spa counseling session to prepare you for your stay. If you require any assistance, so blah blah blah. So severe stress or insomnia, severe sedation options are available from our trained professional medical staff. No matter what fate befalls the rest of the world, Azura and the citizens will carry on. Your diligent work ensures the enduring survival of mankind. Thank you for the sacrifice you have made in joining us. Hmm. that doesn't sound all that great. Assault plans. So pretty much the Locusts have big plans for this island. Starts trenching and defense setups. Already seen it, and it ends with actual. It doesn't. They dig in for a long haul. What looks like a majority of the remaining resources towards the new HQ. Azor is the ultimate vacation destination to rate out the end of the world, and they absolutely right. The terrain was chosen for a capacity to support a massive defense effort, and unless the Lambert plan on mutating some pulsing organ that doubles as a life preserver, the island thing is obviously a big plus, especially with that maelstrom device to keep them cozy. One last thing, anybody paying attention by now knows that we shot ourselves in the ass, right? We can crap on the locusts all we want, but at the end of the day, it's our favorite spot of trying to annihilate one another that gave the grubs what they needed to finish the job. So, children, what have we learned? Oh, they sneaked right under it. Just like what we did. So, even though they built something, but they didn't build anything to, defend against the, grubs. Damn. Oh, schematics, in the effort. So, all this is explaining, pretty much this is just schematics to the maelstrom and all that. So here it is. But oh, this is from Chairman. So hmm. Money Stack Allen. Professor Phoenix has called for help up in the tower. I'm heading that way now. I imagine you be coming along as well. Before you leave, get all the valuables into the safe. Lock it down. We need it when this mess blows over. Yeah, highly doubt that. Diary. Jason's off to the lab. I'm trapped in a cotton bathrobe. Hell, while everyone we left behind dies at the hand of something that we just can't stop. I'm going to tell Jason about this when he gets home. If there's any humanity left in him, he tell me the same thing? We choke the truth out of Prescott himself if we have to. Uh, Pretty much she's just talking about like how Jason's off at the lab saying, so she was just writing something up in the diary about like labs of like the scientist Prescott and how like cozy that the place was. But let's see, valued citizens of Zura. So this is a memorial announcement for the passing of Dr. Gabriel Anai Ornar, who died peacefully in her apartment yesterday. Oh, is this her? No, this is somebody else. We would like to remind everyone that the grief counseling is available 26 hours a day. A memorial service to Dr. Onar's honor will be held tomorrow, 1900, in the West Library. A variety of rare teas and delicious pastries. So they pretty much made this for her and all that. And then this one right here, due detection of increased offshore activity, the Maelstrom generation array will remain active. So pretty much this is just an announcement to remain indoors and all that. That there's stuff happening outside of the secure all doors, windows. In the case of emergency, contract your administrative agent for assistance. Remember, you are Sarah's most precious resource, and the hope for humanity's future. Please help us ensure your safety by complying with all the security bulletins and announcement. A brochure. This is just a brochure to lecture Dr. Alex. Restoring the facility to Sarin farmlands, Dr. Roundtable, the population problems, Dr. So this is a brochure of like lectures and like places to go. Pretty much a Q&A like session between like these doctors or something. So that's cool. And then this is Phoenix's research of the emotion was a living organism and exhibited no observable characteristics typical of the life, no response to stimuli, no apparent method of reproduction, no metabolic. It's metabolic, like metabolism, pretty much. Since through our examinations were sound, the assumptions were upon which they were based, our narrowing, viewed in. Wait a minute. Life cycle of many fungi. A successful parasite does not kill its host. The motion does it. It's not inept, but I suspect the death of the host organisms, which appear to be every living thing on Sarah, plant or animal. It's part of its reproductive strategy, not a unfortunate side effect. Its high energy content may be part of that. So pretty much, he figured that. I mean, the emotion is not just fuel, but it's a actual parasite, and apparently everybody was affected with it. And yeah, but it was not just people. It was like people, locust, plants, like every living thing on Sarah. No matter what, the emotion was like parasitic to everybody. So that's crazy. But that's all of them. I mean, that is all of them. Damn. That took only 54 minutes, but alrighty then, y'all. I gonna get off of here and everything. It's 1:03, so I might just get off of here and just chill for a bit because I gotta go to work today, and then after I go to work, I gotta come back here and I gotta shoot off fireworks. So, if you're seeing this, I did this video on 4th of July. So, I mean, by the time you see this, it won't be. But I mean, I just, I mean, I guess happy 4th of July. I mean, no matter what, if you, I know you're gonna see this probably after 4th of July, but still, like, if you're seeing this, hopefully you had a good 4th of July. I mean, but, so yeah, y'all have a good day, have a good night. Until next time, see y'all around. Peace.